To celebrate his 35th anniversary, we're going to say his name 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Welcome back to Almost Sideways, a place for movie conversation. Today's conversation is going to be about a film from 1988, again, celebrating its 35th anniversary, and that is Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, starring Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Geena Davis, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and Jeffrey Jones. I'm really excited to talk about Beetlejuice. I haven't seen it for about 5 to 10 years, and there's parts of this movie I don't remember. I've always liked this movie, and specifically Michael Keaton is fantastic. There's some things I did not catch when I was younger. I'm really looking forward to diving into some of those things there. But first, let me know in the comments section down below what you guys think of Beetlejuice. That would be awesome to talk about down there, because this is the place for movie conversations. Have a good conversation down in the comments section. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if this is your first time to the channel. Again, welcome to Almost Sideways. My name is Adam again. So let's dive into it, guys. So we are here on IMDb. Also, we're going to get some of the box office and kind of some of the stats here as well from the film. So Beetlejuice, man, 35 years ago. I cannot believe it's been that long. Beetlejuice is rated PG. It has an hour and 32-minute runtime. It is kind of a classic 80s comedy that has a really quirky character that really isn't in it that long, but he is very memorable. That is Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton's character. And the synopsis here on IMDb does read, the spirits of a deceased couple are harassed by an unbearable family that has moved into their home and hire a malicious spirit to drive them out. So, as I'm watching this movie, you can't help but notice how young Alec Baldwin is, and Geena Davis is stunning as always. And they are a happy couple living in this nice house, and they do a little going to the hardware store, and they come back and they die in the most, like, the worst way possible. Not like that it's like a really tragic death. No, it's pretty lame. Their car just falls in the river, and apparently they drown. Like, they didn't get out. Like, it's that part right there, the opening death of their characters is kind of hard to believe, but hey, they died and they come back, and that's where all the fun begins, really. And seeing how they have to maneuver this world and in their house, and then have to come to terms with the fact that they have died, and they have to read this book of the recently deceased. It is really funny to kind of dive into this world, and I feel like Tim Burton did a really good job building and doing some really interesting things with the world building here, because even though this film primarily takes place in one house, they go into different aspects of their house as well. For instance, they go into the land of the dead in a sense too, to trying to talk to somebody to help them out with the situation they're living in. And they do eventually meet uh, Beetlejuice at some point in the movie, and there comes a time where Winona Ryder's character, who is the daughter of the unbearable family, led by Catherine O'Hara and Jeffrey Jones here, Winona Ryder makes contact by accident, rather, with the two ghosts of Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin here, and has kind of a nice relationship with them here as well, which I really liked. The Winona Ryder's character, I think she played her really well, and I can't really think of anybody that around that age that could probably do it. I think that if this movie was made in 1998, I think a young Christina Ricci could have done it, because of coming off of Addams Family in 1993 around that time. So I think Christina Ricci would have been a good choice, but Winona Ryder is a really solid casting decision as young Lydia in this film. Um, I think some of my favorite parts of this movie is when they do go into like this land of the dead here with Adam and Barbara, Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis as characters, when they had to like draw this door on this random the house, and they go into this big waiting room. And they see a bunch of dead bodies. This guy got run over by a car, and there's this receptionist who apparently, I never caught this before, she committed suicide, and that's why she's the receptionist. She's like, "Oh, my little accident," and she shows her wrist, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" She slit her wrist. Like, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. Like, crazy that they dove into those things, and it is quite interesting what they were able to get away with a PG rating. I think that this movie came out today, this would definitely be like a PG-13, I would say. But very fun stuff. Like, there's another lady who they're kind of, I don't know who it is. It's like their guidance counselor. I would just say, throw that out there. I'm trying to remember who that actress is. Okay, I don't know. I can't remember who exactly what her name was in the film, but like her throat was sliced, cut when she's smoking. All the smoke comes out her throat. It's a lot of crazy things I never actually caught when I was younger, but now I'm watching it with a different set of eyes. I'm catching every little bit of everything here. Quite fascinating. I really liked when they go into like this big waiting room and you see a bunch of the other things. I think that's what Tim Burton did really well, setting up this film, and you can see the kind of the darker nature, darker aspects of this film, even though there's a lot of laughs to be had in here. I think a lot of laughs do come from like the craziness of Catherine O'Hara's character, the bumbliness of Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis trying to navigate this world, and a lot of the laughs do come from Michael Keaton giving this crazy performance a year before he did Batman and Bruce Wayne, another Tim Burton film there, but seeing him play Beetlejuice in this crazy way, and his voice is so like just deep and groggly, and he has this crazy hair. He's green. He's dead. And you have to say his name 3 times so he can actually come out and kind of cast out this family here. It is a crazy iconic performance. It has such a high war. I know that they I can't picture any other actor like doing this performance, and a young Michael Keaton just knocks this performance out of the park. It is it is a brilliant, like what his portrayal as this character is. Now, I know in the '90s or late '80s they did do like this like animated Beetlejuice show, and I know for the longest time they were trying to get Beetlejuice 2 off the ground, and there was will they won't they vibes of they're going to make it, and Michael Keaton's on board for it, but they actually didn't get anything off the ground. Of course, tomorrow this review is going to come out, and then they're going to announce Beetlejuice 2. If I make a little short film, about that, you know that it happened, but probably won't. But anyway, the craziness of Michael Keaton is just what makes this movie work so well. Kind of the deadpan of Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis also. So there's something like back and forth and play that they're able to do here. It is way better than I remember it being. It is a kind of a really great film that has a lot of really cool moments that I kind of really enjoyed. Doesn't have a huge cast, and there's not like a lot of crazy action or anything in it, or any scares, but it has a really cool kind of minor horror themed elements that kind of have a lot of the good tropes from Tim Burton's like his filmography. And this is early Tim Burton too. Obviously, he dives into some darker themes with the Batman and Batman Returns, and it goes into some of the crazier nature things of like when he gets into starts working with Johnny Depp here later on in his career. It is a kind of lot of little things from Tim Burton's career that he pulls off in this movie, and it plays really well for the screen here. This movie came out March 30th, 1988. The budget for this movie was $15 million estimated, and it made a worldwide gross of $74.7 million. So it definitely made its budget back. So I could see, like, if this movie came out in 98, it was definitely going to get a sequel pretty soon after it. But it came out in 1988. Didn't have a huge like box office. I can see where they're maybe hesitant to do it, and also Tim Burton being locked up with like Batman and Batman Returns and Edward Scissorhands and stuff like that. I can see where he probably didn't have the time to do it right away. Probably didn't, he got probably wanted to do different projects too. Obviously he did like other movies like Mars Attacks. I also remember that coming out in 1996, and so he was pretty busy in like mid 90s. One last thing before we close on our Beetlejuice conversation, I want to see what awards he got nominated for. We have one award here for best makeup, which is absolutely disturbing, and actually one here. So we got Vic Neal, Steve Laporte, and Robert Short all got wins here for the best makeup category. Again, if they wanted to nominate Michael Keaton, I would be perfectly fine with it. I thought Keaton was awesome. If I had my say so, I would definitely probably vote Keaton in for best supporting actor. He was definitely one of the best parts of this movie, and seeing some of the makeup that he was able to do with what's on him, plus all the other dead characters in this movie, was awesome. Tim Burton did a fantastic job relaying the message to his makeup department, and really pulled off a cool thing here. It also got nominated for 2 BAFTAs. Best makeup artist, it got nominated there, did not win for some reason, and best special effects as well. Good nominations, especially for the BAFTAs. I really like that. Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. This won 3 awards for that time period. It won Best Horror Film, Best Supporting Actress, Sylvia Sidney. Oh, that's the actress who played in Beetlejuice. That's the one who I said got her throat slit. Yeah, she plays Juno in this movie. So yeah, way to go, Sylvia Sidney for Best Supporting Actress at the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. She won. There we go. That's perfect. Best Makeup also had won there. Nominees for Best Supporting Actor. Michael Keaton did not win. That's crazy. Best Director for Tim Burton, Best Writing, and Best Music, and Best Special Effects, all nominated at this award show there. Really like Beetlejuice in closing. Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton does a really great job with this character, but he's a lot dirtier than I remember him being. He's all over Geena Davis. He's making some crazy hand gestures. He has this really crazy line about watching The Exorcist. Absolutely loved Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. But again, what did you think of Michael Keaton in this iconic film? Anyway, guys, that's my quick takes on Beetlejuice from 1988, directed by Tim Burton. I really liked this film a lot, and I cannot wait to go back into it and watch it for years to come. And yeah, it's just a great movie, one of my favorite Tim Burton movies of all time. Again, guys, my name is Adam. Thank you so much for watching this review. Thank you so much for listening if you're on the podcast. I hope you guys are having a great time, and make sure you guys are liking, sharing, subscribing if this is your first time to Almost Sideways. We would love to have you guys be a part of the comment section and jump into that and have a good conversation with us as well. So again, thank you so much. Until next time, I'll see you later.